Now, joining us via Zoom for an interview regarding the case of the ambulance trial is Deputy General Secretary for the NDC, Mustafa Bande. Mustafa, thank you for your time. You're welcome to Newsbeat. Good afternoon. I'm sorry, kindly unmute. I can see you via the Zoom video, but unmute. So,
can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Thank you. So, firstly, the evidence that you've put out, you also saw the NPP hold a press conference, sort of seeking to rubbish what you put out. But this definitely has to do not with political trading of accusations, but a serious legal matter for that matter. So, what are you going to do going forward? Are you going to pursue it legally and tender it in as evidence? Martin Pebu is saying that you can, the accused people or persons can use it to stop for the stay of proceedings, and so they can tender that in, so investigations can be launched into that. What will you do?
Thank you very much. Clearly, what the NDC sought to do is to expose a judicial malpractice involving not less a person, and also orchestrated by not less a person than the Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana. There is an attempt to orchestrate principal injustice against a citizen of Ghana who is a leading member of the NDC. We have done so, adduced evidence that indicts the image of judicial practice to the extent that the General Legal Counsel should have a cause of concern. We have also led evidence, unequivocal evidence, that raises questions on the integrity of government and the president, whose legal advisor is the Attorney General, and as to whether or not his government is really suffocated by scandals to the extent that his Attorney General is hiding behind phones, colluding with suspects or accused persons in order to perpetrate injustice. It is up to the president to decide. Again, it is a cause of concern to the public to know the caliber of people President Akufo-Addo have appointed into offices to manage governance. Again, this also raises worry as to how innocent persons that we think, ASP Agbojo's matter, people who were, ransacked and arrested and thrown into jail, spent several periods of months in remand, and also being, accused of things they claim not to know about. It then raises question as to whether the Attorney General of Ghana, Godfred Dame, is fit to be in office. So, that having said, the MPP's press conference yesterday, what it sought to do was to muddy waters. Apart from their Sunday presses, which is disgraceful, to try and draw in an innocent judge to cover up for the Attorney General, which are falling flat on the facts of the issues. And the evidence put out is a phone call conversation. It is not a meeting. The WhatsApp that we have put out are indisputable. If the MPP says so, that one, the audio is concocted, two, that the WhatsApp is not genuine, let them produce the original ones so that we can have an intellectual conversation. But until then, I think that their argument is deficient of logic.
Okay, at this point, okay, Mustafa, at this point, you are, as a party that was in government when this deal was, drawn, you're not fighting the MPP. You're fighting,
no.
It's the state against your member. And so if you have any evidence to defend this member, you have to prove it in court. This tape has been leaked, or you've exposed it. It's already in public domain. As to whether it's been tampered with, there is the technical ability to determine that, and that can be determined by the court. Is it not enough evidence for you to put before the court and probably support your accused persons to use to defend themselves?
Let me state, by correcting the facts on the record, that it is not NDC versus the state.
No, I'm not
It is
saying
NDC.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying it's NDC. I'm saying your member, a member of parliament, a leader for that matter.
It is not Atuforsen. It is no longer Atuforsen versus the state. It's Atuforsen being a victim of vindictiveness by President Akufo-Addo and the people around him. That is what we seek to expose.
That's not the record I have here at Metro TV. Well, the record we have is the state versus Atuforsen.
Yes, in which the Attorney General sought to unethically produce evidence to jail an innocent person. That is why Senior Martin Kpebu puts it that there's an orchestration of injustice. And so we have exposed this. It is for questionable individuals.
Right, we're trying to engage Mustafa Bande, who is a Deputy General Secretary for the NDC, on the development of this. I think he was just wrapping up on what next the NDC. Mustafa, you were on the floor before we lost you. Kindly make your point. Hello, Mustafa. I'm so sorry. All right. So Mustafa's line doesn't seem so clearly, but I think he's making a point as to how they're going to pursue it. And it's thinking as a party that this is an injustice being carried out against the party's member, Atuforsen.